Once upon a time in a grand kingdom, a wise and powerful king loved to test the intelligence of his people. He believed that true wisdom was rare, and only a few possessed it. One day, he set his sights on a poor boy from the village, convinced that he was foolish. But what happened next left the entire court speechless. Every morning, as the king walked through the market, he stopped to ask a young village boy the same question. What is more valuable, 1 gold coin or 2 silver coins? Each day, the boy replied, 2 silver coins, Your Majesty. The courtiers burst into laughter, shaking their heads at the boy's foolishness. The king, too, smiled and handed the boy 2 silver coins. One day, the chief minister, who had always admired intelligence, grew concerned. Your Majesty, he said, this boy has become the joke of the kingdom. Why do you continue this test? The king chuckled. Because it amuses me. He will never learn. The court roared with laughter once again, but the minister wasn't convinced. That evening, the minister visited the boy's home and asked, My child, do you not know that gold is more valuable than silver? The boy grinned. Of course I do. The minister was shocked. Then why do you keep choosing silver? The boy lifted the lid of a wooden box under his bed. Inside were hundreds of silver coins. Had I chosen the gold coin on the first day, the king would have never asked me again, he said. But by choosing silver, I earn 2 coins every day. The fools are the ones who think I am foolish. The minister stared in awe. The boy wasn't foolish, he was the cleverest of them all. The next day, when the court laughed at the boy once more, the minister simply smiled. He knew that true intelligence isn't always about showing off, it's about knowing when to act and when to wait. Days passed and the king started wondering, why does this boy never learn? He thought. So one evening, disguised as a commoner, he visited the boy's home. Seeing the box full of silver coins, the king finally understood. This boy is not foolish, he is the wisest among us, he murmured. The next morning, the king addressed his court. I have misjudged the boy. He has played this game better than any of us. True intelligence is knowing how to turn situations in your favor. The court fell silent. The same people who mocked the boy now looked at him in awe. Wanting to test the boy further, the king announced, If you are as wise as you seem, then let's play a game. If you win, I will reward you handsomely. But if you lose, you must never pick the silver coins again. The boy nodded confidently. I accept, Your Majesty. The king presented him with 3 identical-looking boxes and said, 1 box contains gold, another silver, and the third nothing. Choose wisely. The boy took his time inspecting each box. He finally smiled and pointed to the plainest one. This one, he declared. The king opened it, revealing gold. The court gasped in astonishment. How did you know? The king asked. The boy grinned. True value often hides in simplicity. You are a wise king, and a wise man does not flaunt his greatest treasure in an obvious way. The king was so impressed that he rewarded the boy with even more gold and declared him a royal advisor. As a royal advisor, the boy continued to impress the king with his intelligence. One day, the king decided to put his wisdom to the ultimate test. There is a powerful neighboring kingdom, the king said. Their ruler challenges me to a battle, but I do not wish for war. Tell me, how can I win without fighting? The boy thought carefully and then replied, Your Majesty, invite their king to a grand feast. Treat him with such generosity that he begins to doubt his own intentions. If we gain his trust, we can make him our ally instead of our enemy. The king followed the boy's advice. The feast was held, and the neighboring ruler was so impressed by the hospitality that he agreed to peace, forming an alliance instead of declaring war. The boy had saved the kingdom, not with swords but with wisdom. Moral of the story: sometimes the world may call you a fool, but true wisdom lies in patience and strategy. Let them laugh, your success will speak for itself. Real intelligence is not just about knowledge, but about knowing when to act and when to wait.